Hey guys, it's Conan here. So this time I'm going to do for you guys the Aztec set review. And so basically this is the brand new set that's going on right now. There's about 8 days left for this event. This event is actually really good. So far, you can actually get about 200 keys for free just from doing the trials alone. And let's start with that was the sword I showed you last time in the preview. And so let's go through these sets. Here's the helm. As you can see, it's not as the Paspatex Cataracts. It's not as strong as the Boring Helm in terms of base might, but its effect is pretty cool. For the set effect, Raging Rage, it reduced or debuffs, adds a debuff effect to Frenzy, and the full effect is you get to your Frenzy works on your teammates too, which is good for boss mode. All right, here's Paspatex Tremor, the gloves. Is in comparison, and then Paspatex Escaped. In comparison to the Valkyrie set, is definitely not the strongest base might set. It's a little stronger than it's long in the middle, I would say. It's stronger than the Crusader set though. The sword itself is pretty strong. It's stronger than the Mutineer, which is right around the base, as we had same Mutineer is the same might as the Whiting. So with this sword, it's a little bit stronger. I'm saying it's around the same as the Rat Sword, which is the strongest sword in the game in terms of base might. All right, so let's get in here to see how useful this effect is, especially on the sword. The sword has the effect where it reduces your cooldown on the third hit by a little bit. In theory, if you increase your attack speed to let's say insane levels, you can get up to around I think I've seen 80%. And then on top of that, with Frenzy, which gives you another 45% attack speed, it should reduce your skill cooldown by a whole lot. And in theory, how this set should work is that you should be focusing all of your gear into skill damage, because all of your damage will be coming from skills. So as you can see here, every time I hit the third hit, we're taking away a chunk of the cooldown for each of the skills. Now, what I want to point out is that while the skills are active, the cooldown won't start. So you see there, protection. While protection is active, the cooldown won't start, so you can't really reduce the cooldown. So it's not as crazy as, or it's not as OP as you would think it is. But for other skills, for example, like Cross Strike, Meteor, and Thunder Strike, all those skills are active skills that activate as soon as you activate them, as soon as you tap them. The cooldown will start immediately. So ideally, what you would want to run against the boss is Cross Strike, Meteor, and possibly Frenzy or Thunder Strike, depending on how much attack speed you have. I would recommend using Frenzy if you have a lower base attack speed, so that you would have more attack speed and get Frenzy going as often as possible. You can see here, I'm basically just trying to spam my attacks as much as I can to reduce the cooldown of my skills. And the one thing that's cool about the effect of the set is one of the few sets that actually works on the boss. As you can see, the debuff is working on the boss. I don't know exactly how much of a debuff it is. We just know that it says the boss will attack or hurt less or damage less, or enemies would damage less. We can probably go through another test to see that. But the mic that I'm running obviously is too low for me to take any hits. If I get hit one time, I'll probably die immediately. And when you see, you can see that when I activate Frenzy, you see that right there, I got hit and I just died right after. My might was obviously too low for that range. But as you can see, the Frenzy, when you activate it, has a big aura, and I'm assuming that's when it affects the other bots around you. All right, so that's basically the set, you guys. I think the set has potential. I wouldn't say that it's a must-have. The event itself is really good. You get about 40 reroll stones for free and 200 keys for free. You can also get another 100 keys from doing all those little quests like killing the bats and killing the chickens.